Hello, welcome to the ramblings of a mad woman who has a headache today. I don't know if it's like the pressure change outside. I don't know if it's lack of sleep because I was awake at midnight and just couldn't go back to sleep, or if it's lack of caffeine, or it could be a combination of all three. um, it's kind of funny. It's supposed to rain snow mix on Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that one of this next week. Um, Here's the thing. I was looking at old pictures. Facebook does this thing where they're like, here's a picture of you from 5 years ago. Here's a picture of you from 2 years ago. And with this weight loss journey that I have been on, um, it is amazing to me because I've talked about it before, but I don't like looking in the camera right now. I can see my face and I do not see the weight loss. I still see the round face and the round body, and I still see all of that. And body dysmorphia, something. Anyway, and it's quite common where you've lost a whole bunch of weight and you don't see what other people see. So I posted a picture, I think it was yesterday, and it was like 5 or 6 years. And it's amazing when I can I've got the original picture from 5 years ago, and then I've got the picture of me from yesterday, and I can see it. When they're side by side with each other, I can see the difference. And I've gone back and I've watched my original videos, my weight loss journey videos, which I think are in their own playlist, but it's amazing to me when I go back and watch those. I sound like me. My voice hasn't changed, but the person staring back at me has changed. Health-wise, it is a dramatic, that's not what I meant, dramatic shift from highly unhealthy to somewhat healthy. I still have weight to go. I'm still a work in progress. I'll probably always be a work in progress. But it's something that I'm proud of. I have another family member who's also lost a dramatic amount of weight, and I'm very proud of them for all the work that they have done, and it shows. And my goal is to get down to 150 pounds. Actually, it's probably going to be 165 pounds because there's about 15 pounds of excess skin that I hopefully will be able to get removed. Just so that because my skin is already, unfortunately, part of the weight loss at my size when I was 554 pounds, is even though I'm halfway there, the folds of my skin are already starting to deteriorate and break down. And so I'm kind of, I keep everything clean and keep everything in the best case scenario that it can be in when it comes to wounds. but it's something I really have to be vigilant about because I'm kind of on a timeline here that I have to get down to a goal weight here before my skin completely breaks down. Because no matter how hard I try to keep it healthy and clean and everything, it's just the way that my body is right now. So I just have to be careful and pay attention to certain areas, belly button being one of them. Belly button is what's starting to break down, and it's just right where there's a fold. So not good. Not good at all. But you know, when you go into this, you know what some of the hardships are of it. I don't really like the word hardships, but it is accurate. Yeah. I'll get to a place where I'm happy with my body. I'm getting there. I think the last time I was able to do a mile of walking a mile, I was probably 11 or 12 years old and able to run the mile. Now, I don't think I've been able to walk a mile since I was 11 or 12. And everything just I just kind of ballooned past that point. And, you know, I'm an emotional eater. I'm an emotional eater. When things are falling apart, or I think they're falling apart, which when you've got someone who is emotionally unregulated, everything makes you feel like you're falling apart. And so eating was a big part of my young adult life. And once I started getting some mental help and then got the surgeries and started actually doing the work, it's amazing. It's amazing. Because see, I'm sitting here. My hair, when I went through the weight loss surgery, my hair was falling out in handfuls. And it's finally started to grow back, but I was like, I noticed this part right here. There's nothing wrong with that part. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I'm being overly concerned about nothing that isn't there. But I do notice that the gray, the gray on the sides, the salt and pepper here. Yeah. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. I love burgundy. Burgundy hair color. Oh, so gorgeous. I love that hair color. And I love having that hair color. But friend right now is like, no. You're growing your hair out. You don't want to put hair dye in it because it'll ruin the consistency of your hair. And I'm like, I don't care. If it means that this gray isn't here, I mean, these are little baby hairs that have started growing back in. So yeah, about 6 months after the surgery, my hair started growing back in. So I have kind of baby hairs, that are still growing, but that's just me. That's just my ramblings. Millie's down here on the floor. She's doing good. Anyway, it's been a good day. I have not really done anything I am feeling I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. All I know is I love you all for subscribing and following and hitting the bells and leaving comments and all of that. I love you all for it because it makes me feel not so lonely. So, love you. Have a blessed evening and a wonderful weekend if you don't hear from me.